Hey guys, it's Sifa. Sorry about the bad quality of this video. Something's wrong with the camera that I use, so I'm gonna have to do something, I don't know, but, so, I got some really bad news today. Um, I have a lot of issues with my family that I don't really talk about a lot, because one of the reasons is because I don't want them to see the videos about them. And they do watch some of my videos sometimes. And also I don't want to make them seem like bad people, because I feel like everyone makes bad choices and bad decisions, but it doesn't mean that they're bad people, and I don't want people to judge them. But my dad called me today and told me that my parents are divorcing, and my mom has filed divorce papers against him. And she has some pretty ridiculous claims of things that he's done that I do not believe or agree with. And so I may have to testify or make statements as a witness. And it's really difficult for me because for my whole life, my parents have kind of as used me against each other, kind of. And I remember being like 13 years old and my mom sitting me down and asking me, "So, do you think that your dad and I should get a divorce?" Just as if she were talking about like the weather or something completely normal. And she was asking me if it would be okay with me if they got a divorce. And I'm like, "Why are you asking me that? Like, I'm 13 years old. What am I supposed to say? Like, am I in control of the family?" Like, it was so I could go more into this, but this is something that I'm not entirely comfortable talking about because I have a lot of pent-up rage and anger against my parents and the way that I was raised and the way that I was I just have a lot of regrets and a lot of anger about my childhood. And it's hard. That's one thing that's incredibly hard for me to talk about because I'm afraid of letting the anger out. And I think it's the basis for a lot of what's wrong with me. I've been told that by therapists before. So basically, about this divorce, like, I'm still kind of in shock because it just happened like maybe like 4 hours ago that my dad told me. And like leading up to this, like, my mom and my dad have never got along. Like, I can't even like watch on TV if like a man and a woman are arguing or fighting, like fighting verbally. I can't even like be in the same room if that's on the television or anything. I can't even be in the same room because it upsets me so much and it just triggers me just because that's what I grew up with. And my mother and father have lived separately for about 6 years now, maybe 5 years. But they've been married still because my father moved away to get a better job to support me whenever I was very ill and depressed and injuring and failing out of college and stuff. He moved away. But I feel like he also moved away to get away from my mom. But it's been really difficult for me because I really get along with my dad really well, and he's probably the most important person in my entire life. But and I think that I've told you guys about my mom, how she has a brain injury and sometimes she just doesn't see the reality the same way that we do, and there's some things that she's saying about my dad that could get him in trouble that I know aren't even true. And so I'm once again in the middle of this as an adult. You know, it's weird, like, having your parents divorce as an adult, because it happens to everyone when they're kids. But my parents were, like, incredibly codependent, and, like, I almost wish that they had done it 20 years ago when I was young. I kind of wish that I didn't have to be, because now it's like it's dirty and it's like it's got a bunch of, it's just got so many dark emotions attached to it, and it's just like it's been so long that it's too late. You know what I mean? It's too late. I've already been dealing with this for so long. It's not gonna fix anything. It's just I'm still in shock. I'm really hoping that I don't relapse from this or enter some kind of stupid depression, because I don't want to deal with that. I want to move on with my life and do bigger and better things, and I'm finally alone and independent as an adult and living on my own, you know, and I want to stay positive and keep moving forward. I don't want something stupid to hold me back. If anyone has any advice or has gone through something similar, I'd actually appreciate like hearing your story. If anyone knows stuff about divorce or like has gone through it as an adult, you know, that'd be cool. Thank you guys.